Walking in Wednesday.
It's Tighten Up Wednesdays, everybody. What's up? It's Chris Denman in St. Louis. Hold it down at Midcoast Studios. That's Key. We're here to rob you of a bad time. We're here to deliver you a good time. B's in Philadelphia. She's unfrozen her internet. It works again. We're excited to be here. Let's party, everybody. I'm going hood up tonight. What's up, everybody? Dancing into your hearts. B-Phlat, let them know.
Oh, got the hip right.
Wow, loose hip tonight.
Loose hip.
What is happening, B? I'm out of sorts. I've been here all morning and I'm ready to party.
I'm out of whack, but it's all good. Probably because it's Wednesday.
Why are we here?
Tuesday. Internet drama. I'm down here freezing, and I'm hoping that I don't go in and out like Choppy.
No.
When the ground freezes up, it's crazy weather here. It's like icy cold.
What happened yesterday?
Our internet was down, in the area. Yeah, because of the weather, and it's always something. I don't know when it came back up. All I know is when I woke up, Dennis was on the internet. So I was like, oh, it must be back up. I was like, oh, let me get up now and finish my shit. Just in case something else happened.
That's right.
You can't do anything about technology. Just like now, our little mishap starting late. Some things you just have to suck up. You can't control them.
That's right. Like you can't control that I haven't danced on any of these things, and I've held through. Antonia's giving me trouble, says, come on, Chris. Said, go B, go Key. One of these days I'll loosen up. MM's letting everybody know.
I'm gonna let everybody know, Chris, it's not Key's fault. We were thrown off a day and she was in the wrong drive. Instead of being in the one from yesterday. She jumped a week ahead and was in the wrong drive. So don't blame Key. We sorry we started late. Ow, let me give it to you. Ow, let me give it to you. Ooh. Don't be
flat.
mad. That's the don't be mad.
That's right. And you know why she's not mad? Because she's got great help from great people. If you go to oceanlatte at thewordpriestess.com, you can email. And who is that, B? What'd she do with you?
Oh, give me the greatest advice. Daphne is she's just wonderful, even in her words. Not only is she transformational on paper, just in her vocabulary, because we had a good conversation yesterday and just talking about her flip and the whole CashApp report fiasco and just everything.
Fiasco?
It was a fiasco. Because, Chris, shout out to all the people that totally enjoyed it. Shout out to all the Picassos that seen it before and know how it runs. And shout out to everybody that was like, oh, don't do that shit again.
Email your thoughts to frugalflip@gmail.com.
I just really thought it was funny doing the Cash App report and going through numbers. It's funny how no matter who you are, where you are, or what you put out there, money, religion, and sex is just one thing people don't like to discuss. We do it, we spend it, we do all that, but when it comes to talking about it and have to really look at the cake and not just the icing. People was like, oh, that's too much transparency. You too Then it's like, if you don't tell people shit, they'll be like, oh, what's she doing with our money? So it's great for me to do that. For one, it keeps me organized because I have to do this anyway for taxes. So it was suggested that I do it like in a Zoom meeting if people are interested. And I could say, yo, I'm putting out the Cash App report. We can go through it instead of doing it as like a big part of the segment. Because the majority of the people were like, yo, that was intense. Once we heard how much the podcast cost and people was like, oh, it's different. Chris, what people don't really understand is this is business. This is the cost of doing business. And I totally enjoy it. And I very much appreciate that we have this working relationship because of the Picassos. They more or less feel like, as long as we know where the money going or we trust you, you ain't got to tell us nothing. And I'm like, oh, they treat me like Donald Trump. We ain't got to see the numbers. We ain't got to see the numbers. We ain't got to hear the numbers. We trust you.
Make America B-Phlat again.
Yeah, make America B-Phlat again. So I
Let's-
really appreciate all of that good information and comments that I read. And you know how we discuss different comments in terms of the Cash App report. So I might just go like every 6 months and put it out there and be like, this is when I'm doing it. If you want to log on and join us and talk about different things, let me know.
We'll call it B-Span.
We got to call it something, Chris, because
you ever watch C-SPAN where they start going through budgets and stuff?
I like C-SPAN because, see, I like to know where my money going. I guess because I've always had to budget, and I like budgeting. That don't necessarily mean I stick to the budget, but I still like to see where money is going, how it comes, and how it operates and stuff like that. So I can feel as though it's being productive.
Let's say hey to some of the people in the live chat. Thank you for tuning in on a Wednesday. It is a Wednesday, so we don't know how many people are going to tune in. If you can, share the link or invite some people to watch it. We want to keep these views up. Some comments. Shout out to Regina. Says, hello, Chris and B-Phlat. The three amigos are watching. That's right. Regina's. We love hearing from them. That's Sonia and Regina, along with the three amigos. Monica Carter, good evening, Tut family, and Picasso's. Irene is in the house. Ms. Michelle does not want you to bring it up. She said, I know that's right. Don't do it again. Got to listen to Miss Michelle.
Send me a Cash App talking about this is to calm your nerves. So shout out to Miss Michelle. She was all like, oh, this is to calm your nerves from the Cash App report.
Miguel's here. Miguel's in the house. Lanita's in the house. Adrian's in the house. Fab 540 is in the house. Laura's in the house. Jamila's in the house.
Okay.
Conversation. Dr. Kim's in the house. Is liking the B-Span. Pack 93's in the house. There were a few that it's their first time tuning in live. Let us know if it's your first time watching live. Tanya's in the house. Also, if I don't get to your comment, it's nothing personal. Sometimes it gets a little busy. But let's, if you're fine, let us know it. If you're fine, tell us in the comments. Let's play that game. We've never done that. All the Picassos are fine. Let us know. Live chat if you're fine.
Well, I have to really give a really nice shout out to Maida Brava. She's actually in my flash rag t-shirt, section. But Chris, she sent a really nice long email. I printed it out for the scrapbook.
Oh, that's nice.
And when I get there, I just wanted to give her a shout out up front because she really wanted to shout out you, Key, Grace, John, Beth, everybody at Mid-Coast Media, because she loves the production of Two Funny Mamas and Tighten Up Tuesday. See, this came in on January the 25th.
Is this from Joni Denman? Who is this?
No, her name is Maida Brava.
Oh, okay. So my mom didn't send this email saying how great we do it at Mid-Coast Media. Got it.
Oh no, Joni only tunes in for the flash rag segment to see if her flash rag picture gonna be shown.
Right.
So if we need some diversity on the show, Chris, I might have to throw Joni up.
Now you know how I feel about crowds with not enough white people.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, if we get to the point where we ain't getting enough, we can always throw Joni up. Since she got a nice supply and I have some pictures from her other flash rags I haven't shown. So she got a nice little
mystery. Okay.
Exactly. That's the one you keep in the glass too. She in the cut, just in case we gotta.
Sure.
At what they say for
emergencies only.
The quota. No, in case we gotta do the quota. Like. So anyway, she just shouted out because her and her husband love the production of both shows.
Oh, that's awesome.
I thought I'd mention that because this came in before we had the Cash App report. I'm just now catching it and reading it.
Oh, that's great. That's really nice. She sent a picture. She sent a picture?
Yes, she did. But I put
later on.
She's in my flash rag section. So I just wanted to give her a quick shout out.
This is for Phyllis. Phyllis, does that help? Asking for help.
Oh, I got something for Phyllis and Laura and Miguel and Verna. They are in the continual Cash App battle. It basically got down to those 4. It used to be like 12, and now it's down to the 4.
Well, I've got some quick shout outs to do.
Okay.
Wow. Devoma Carter says, I'm fine with a PH. But hello. What? Chef Sahara, I'm fine. This is like the day oneers. There's more fine people than we knew. Chef Sahara, Monica Carter, I'm fine. I love it. Beck 79's watching from Australia. It's like what? It could be 8 a.m. there.
It's
depending on where they're at. What's it like in the future? Yeah, what's it like in the future?
It's nice over there.
Maybe. Could be.
Yeah, unless she's
really
in the
sunny.
Outback. It's really beautiful in the Outback, but I wouldn't live it.
What's the Croc situation where you're living? Let us know.
You wrong for that. The ones you wear on your feet are the live ones you wear on your feet.
Both can be dangerous. Both can be dangerous.
Right. So, you know, I have to get up and do my Cash App dance, but you know I'm doing that right before I do my little DYK. I have to jump to that.
Love it.
Still giving a few more shout outs, of course, to I don't know, Mark sent me a Cash App talking about for the strong hair conditioner. I was like, was my hair like fucked up last week or sticking up crazy, or it must have been swooped up and didn't move? But he was like, oh, I don't know, but he sent me money for my strong hair conditioner.
Well, he's out there with Lunel, so he's got that extra cash.
Oh yeah, but he been generous before he got out there with. I don't know what Mark doing on the side. That ain't none of my business. But you know,
Mark,
he's
do you know Mark? Hey, Mark gets a little airtime since he's so gregarious and nice to you. But do you know when he came and it was not the sold out show and not the show that we're having tomorrow night that's damn near sold out. He came on a light crowd night and he popped.
He came and they made the crowd. Chris, tell the truth.
He was the best. That was the best small crowd I've ever seen in my life. Shout out to Quincy too. He brought that Flame Monroe fan. Pop. He was popping. And Larry, who did the comedy show with you, he was like, you know, the pop guy. He was telling a story that he knows who he is, but yeah, it was funny.
That's him. He gonna have on Lunel's shirt, my flash rags, Flames fan, and who else hat. You know, he gonna rock everybody's stuff. He's an ambassador for comedy. I truly love him. So, speaking of ambassadors for comedy, ambassadors for this show, I love Sophia Lynell. And the funny thing is, we are bringing the shirts back, Chris. I'm speaking with John via email. We got to bring all the shirts back because people are really requesting hers and Maya. They're like, we didn't get a chance to get them. One of my friends got them. I'm getting all these emails. I'm finally reading through and replying about how people want her shirt, Maya's shirt, and we still have to release the other shirt if possible. And Sophia, she, you know, everybody loves the cat scat. So she sent 2 t-shirt designs and some other stuff for the Frugal Flip. She was inspired. So you never know. This might inspire somebody to do a stray cat scat. Look.
I like that.
I like that one. The stray cat.
I like them both, but can we see the first one again?
Yes.
It's not my design, so I don't want it, whatever. But if you just saw just a foot behind the cat, like coming at it, like coming down at it, like you saw that it's moving, like it's getting out of the way of the foot.
It's funny, she has another one with like smoke puffs coming out like the cat's ears. I was like, I can't put them all up, but I thought it was kind of cute that she's been inspired. It was like reading her email, and you know,
it's awesome. That's really great.
To the show. So shout out to Sophia and whoever else designs a stray cat scat t-shirt. You never know. You never know. Lynn, between Lynn, Cicely, Angel, and Joy. Those are my 3 t-shirt people that send like the most stuff. Shout out to, was it Under the Sun? I think something Under the Sun. And I think they're in North Carolina. They sent us some shirts. They're like Christian.
That's nice.
Shirts. Those are, but I'm talking about the people that really pay attention to everything we say and make shirts. And the next thing you know, there's something in the mail. So I might have a stray cat scat shirt. I am letting people know, and then I'm done with the shout outs after this. And shout out to all my Picassos, especially ones watching on Wednesday. Next week, I am featuring the 100th committee assignments, and we're going to talk about that and get ideas. So be prepared, because we're trying to get everything together to celebrate our 100th episode in St. Louis around Chris's music festival, which is September 8th through the 10th. Put that on your calendars. And if you have ideas, start jotting them down. Make sure we throw them out in the comments next Tuesday. Also, you can send them to me on, frugalflip@gmail.com. Not Frugal Philip. Frugal
He's a
Flip.
nasty man.
LIP. Yes, he is. If you have any ideas or suggestions in terms of what we're going to do or what you would like to see, but for the most part, we're just trying to have a festival, outdoor festival with some booths, maybe sell your works, a comedy show, a party, a meet and greet, that kind of thing. Our karaoke night, all within like 2-3 days. So just think of some things like some family oriented things, because I'm sure some people are going to probably come with their kids, and because it was kids at the music festival. So it's a big family thing. So you just never know. So I'm not good with bringing family stuff together like that for little kids. So it would be great to have somebody on there to say, oh, we can have the kids go do this and do that.
Cicely, Fab 540, and Irina all say that they're coming. So they'll be
and then they're on committees. Have volunteered to be on committees. You know what I'm saying?
Devin Henderson has made it into the chat. HR is here. Ms. Michelle is here. So anybody that missed it, B is talking about Music at the Intersection. It's a music festival here in St. Louis that we all helped put together. And last year, the headliners were Gary Clark Jr. and Erykah Badu, among 60 other musical acts. Shut down the streets. It's really cool. This year, I know there's going to be a celebration of the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Is it 50th?
Oh, that's kind of dope. I definitely will be doing something on that, Chris. We're working on it now.
So they haven't announced lineups, but I think they'll be impressive.
Well, that's what I want to. It's only like 3 weeks after we celebrate the 100th, so I think it would
September
be great
8th. I think is the 8th through the 10th.
Yeah, it would be great if the Picassos could converge on St. Louis. We rocking our shirts. We representing. Like one night we might wear the white ones, and the next night we might wear the smoky. You just never know. We're gonna turn it out, Chris.
If you all come here, you'll see Key and her bubble machine. She's a big hit.
And I'm getting in that. Well, that's Chris. You know, we should get those big bubble things that you get in. Get a sponsor, like, you know what I'm talking about. You walk around and bump into people. Those things are fun. But there's a lot of stuff. If we get our ideas out there, bring them together, it's easy to, well, not easy, but it's easy when you start early on requesting sponsorship. So we know exactly what we're doing and what we need. We can throw ideas out there. I know plenty of people, believe me, I know we can get Pepsi, Gatorade, and waters and stuff like that on lockdown. I know we can get, it's certain people I know with big sponsorship, and along with Chris's help, we can make that. I mean,
it's a whole festival. Yeah, there'll be a family area. There's a DJ area there. I mean, you're talking, what is it, 5 city blocks? I mean,
but I'm talking about, we're coming in a day early because, the Picassos, we doing our own private thing.
Of course.
And of course, it'll be open to like the sponsors and people that are important, like yourself, Chris, and Mitchell's Media and the Kranzberg Foundation. But other than that, this for the Picassos, like our private.
Oh, I get it.
Karaoke fun night in Central Stage type of thing. We have it catered. You just have fun that night in that little room. Then the next day we enjoy the festival, sell our goods, go back to the Marriott, maybe have like a hospitality suite there, that kind of stuff. Trying to go all in, Chris. I know how to do it because I've done this before. I just don't want to do all the planning by myself.
I can't deny that. I trust you on that. So
yes, that's what we'll be talking about. So I want people to start thinking about that and how they can help, who they might know. I'll go into my ABC list, how you break it down when you start requesting help and volunteers and sponsorship. So all that will be interesting next week, along with Taina coming on to talk about everything that went wrong with her flip. Which isn't like
if you thought the CashApp report was uncomfortable, wait till Taina rips B a new one.
Right, next week live on the shit that fell off of her walls. But I have to know this stuff, Chris, so I know what
live
works.
On Tear It Down Tuesday.
Tear It Down Tuesday next week with Taina. Tear It Down Tuesday with Taina.
Mm-hmm. She's the host. Okay. I have a feeling she runs a tight ship.
She does. She runs a tight ship. Yes, she was running me. I really felt like, oh, this is my mother reincarnated right here in this little body. So, Chris, let me go ahead and give a shout out real quick. Then I'm doing my Cash App dance.
Okay.
For all the lovely people, for the early birds. You know, I got to get the early birds that hit me up the day after, all through the weekend. If Key wants to throw up the picture of Maida and her, you see, she got her shirt. She's like, I had to get these before they went out, and I needed that one. Yes. So she's in Anaheim, California. Shout out. And the next picture is of her and her husband when they came to the show, the TwoFunnyMamas show. Yeah. And that's the brunch. Great. That was the next day at the brunch. So that's the picture they took.
Oh my gosh. That was so awkward. Vivica would not stop hitting on me, and Kim got very aggressive towards her. It was.
Well, you know why, Chris? It was the hair. I don't know if you're going to get that same reaction now that your hair longer than Vivica's. You see what I'm saying?
Vivica Fox, while very polite and nice, paid me no mind. Don't worry.
Oh, that's when you had your Superman curl whipped to the side. It was like, now you got the Superman flip.
Yeah.
But we're working on that. We're working on flipping Chris' flip.
Right.
Yeah. So shout out to Maida Brava and her husband in Anaheim, California, rocking Picasso shirts. So speaking of flash rags, I haven't had a flash in a while. Thank God.
Think they're tapering?
They could be. So like only when I lay down and when I get up, but like throughout the day, I'll be like, whoa, you know, I've been writing it in my health journal.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you?
When I go get my checkup, I can let the doctor know. And he'd be sick of me, Chris. I told you I'd be having it in my phone, and it'd be a long ass list. I go over everything. I'd be like, is this mole supposed to be bigger than this mole? I'd be like, and what about this? He'd be like, this is why I only see your monkey ass every 2 years, because you come here with like 8 years worth of shit. I'd be thorough. You know I'd be thorough.
I do know. I know very... You're on it.
You know what? I was that kid. Well, you seen that movie Bad Santa?
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
I haven't.
No, really. And the little.
I love Billy Bob Thornton too.
There's this white kid in there. He's super funny. He's like this little chunky kid, and he asks questions like nonstop. That was me as a kid.
I believe it.
Why we gotta go here? It's cold in here. Do they turn the air like, Mama? Can you? My mom used to be like, if you don't shut the fuck up.
I met your mother.
You met my mama, so you know she said.
She floats in the rooms.
My mama is a piece of work. That's why my show is about her. Key got my music ready. Oh, because you know I got to do this for Laura. And this is for Kathy, Laura, H, Miguel. These are all my early Cash Appers that'll hit me up like way before the show, the day after the show, the week before, all of that. Phyllis, Smith, all of the ones, you know, that love the cat scat. Clarissa, these are people that hit me up early, Chris. They be like, make sure you get my dance in.
Pay those pipers. Pay those pipers.
I can't hear music. Oh, shit.
There it goes. Let us know if you're dancing along at home. Let us know what you think of B's knee. Seems to be working pretty well tonight. Hips are loose. She's equipped and ready. If you're a straight cat, you're scatting.
Get it out of here. Get it out of here.
She's invented a whole new dance.
Get your ass. Get your out of here, out of here.
Everybody's loving the dance. Shout out to all you Cash Appers.
I'm going to have to do it to that beat, give me a dance, and do a video and put it on a reel called the Stray Cat Scat. Get your ass. That sounds like a DJ cutting and scratching.
It is. It's good. Like a cat scratch.
So, yes, that's for all of my people that love the Stray Cat Scat. I ain't forgot about the Jane Tubman. So, let me do my DY. Let me do my DYK.
I thought we did that half an hour ago.
Chris, a half hour ago, we didn't even start the show yet.
That's fair.
Oh, In Love and War. Which one is it? Ha ha ha! All right, let me quit cutting up.
Tighten Up Wednesdays is wild.
Tighten Up Wednesday is wild. That's because it's wiggle in the middle Wednesday.
Eric Doug, loving the Tighten Up Wednesday. Fab 540 says, please put that dance on TikTok. Antonia is laughing. Miles Knight is laughing. Irene is laughing. Ms. Michelle. Oh, we have a serious message. Let's do this for your DYK. Will you please ask B to shout out our girl Jamie? She mentioned last time she's working on her PhD. Let's all send her some virtual love and encouragement. Much love to Jamie. Love Jamie.
Jamie. Where is Jamie?
Probably working on her PhD.
No, I'm talking about, I know they talking about Jamie Jones.
I don't know.
In Richmond.
I thought it was Jamie Flat.
Oh, well, whatever Jamie is working on their PhD, that has to be a lot of brain work.
Yeah, for sure.
So I totally commend you for working on your PhD. You know, we had Doc Shoes just got her doctorate.
That's right.
We're celebrating all these smart ass people that watch the show.
That tune in. They're smart.
Yes, they tune in and recognize two other smart people on the show, even though I'm the sophisticated ignorant one.
Of course.
On the show, yes. And Chris, you just easy. So that can be defined however you want it to be, however you want it to be. So with that being said, and now that we're on the D's, this DYK goes out to Dr. Joseph N. Jackson. And he improved upon the remote control. He didn't invent the remote control. He invented the wireless programming portions of the remote control. So let me read about this brother from Harvey, Louisiana. Basically, he went to television repair school at night and later owned and operated a television and radio repair shop part-time for 7 years in Fayetteville, North Carolina. In his early efforts to leave the precursor for the V-chip technology that is used in the television, it is used to block out violent and objectionable programming that could be seen by young children. So obviously he had something to do with that. Mr. Jackson is the creator of the programmable television receiver controllers and other innovative devices for the television industry. He is the holder of at least 6 issued U.S. patents in the area of telecommunications, fertility prediction devices for females, as well as several copyrights, trademarks, and pending patents in the areas of aircraft security and tracking system. And he is a living legend. This brother is still living.
Busy dude. That's incredible.
Yes, and he is also the co-founder of the Black Inventors Museum. So shout out to Dr. Joseph N. Jackson from Harvey, Louisiana.
DYK.
That sounds like it might be close to where I'm going on the 17th. I think I'm saying it right. Bossier City. It's near Shreveport, Louisiana. I got to learn how to say it right. I'm going to look it up. It sounds French. So
in Louisiana?
Oh, you think? So I'm going to get the translation on my phone.
That's cool.
You never know, Chris, but
yeah, they get a little.
It could be a lot of things, but I can't say everything on the.
Well, and then you could be pronouncing it correct. It's like here. There'll be French words here because there's a ton of French stuff here. And you'll think if you say it correctly, it's like, oh, no, we don't say it like that here.
Well, you know what I can't stand when people say Missouri.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Only country people from Missouri say, I'm from Missouri.
Yeah, but what part?
Where is that?
Are they from the central part? I'm from the country.
You know, they be down there.
Say Missouri.
People, they be from the areas like Sykeston, Arnold.
Sykeston. If you get
south, going towards the Boot Hill, like Farmington.
First of all, Farmington's literally where I grew up.
They'd be like, I'm from Missouri.
No. I lived in Cape Girardeau as a child. Sykeston briefly. You ready for this? If you get half a breath south of Cape Girardeau, they think they're from the Delta in Mississippi. Like it changes. I remember, and even in Farmington a little bit, and I give my friends trouble. I had horses, and we had a farm, and like my grandparents had cattle, all that stuff. I was doing cowboy country things, and you'd come into school, and kids would sound like they were raised in the middle of, I'll say Alabama, maybe Tennessee or something, with just deep Southern accents. I'm like, I just rode a horse this morning. You live by the kindergarten. Where did you pick up this accent? It's so interesting.
In that area, like the Ozarks, area, Branson, they talk they speak differently from most people in Missouri.
Maybe.
Ain't no maybe. I grew up there. I lived there before you was born, Chris. Believe me, I know.
That's
I grew
fair.
up in that area.
That's
Down
fair.
there in Sullivan, St. Clair.
Yeah,
Spring.
I'm not familiar with that area.
That's like southwest Missouri. But it's still
That's Missouri.
Yeah, that's Missouri.
I love
right.
that there's a whole series called Ozark based off that.
But that's a good ass series, and it's true. Okay, let me go ahead and jump into my frugal flip. And I have great news for Dr. Kim J. Karen Hunter finally hit me back in a long email, so we will be discussing her flip. It will be moving forward in Florida. So now I just need to plan that one out and work on hers and Daphne's simultaneously. You know, I'm super excited. So jumping to Daphne's flip, definitely a shout out to Kathy Lafer, Antonia Allen, Felicia Miller, and Felicia Welch and B. Miller, because they contributed last week to Daphne's flip, which brings us up to $1,727. So we are doing marvelous. We are $772 away.
So
I
close.
actually am cutting off the flip because we did set a deadline. It was supposed to be the 15th. If people still want to donate, that's on them. But I'm letting you know we're working with what we got. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen, Chris. If I have to contribute myself, we always do. But yes, the three of us will be in Dallas in April. So far, when I was speaking with Daphne yesterday, we were just talking about, just inspirations, ideas. We may have to move it. Not yet. We're not sure yet. But if so, it might be the first week in May, according to both of our schedules. Well, so right now we're holding tight at the April 7th. Well, that's the day I get in. But the 8th through the 10th, more or less. So with that being said, let me show some of the things that I'm working on and just kind of let people know what we're redoing. So now that Daphne, after speaking with her, and we were talking about different drawings because she loves everything that I'm doing, she's decided to just dedicate her living room to being a living room space. And she has another bedroom that she's going to clean out and make it her office. So now I'm going to show the next photo, which it's a drawing that I was working on, which was going to kind of show the back wall in the area that I was going to make like a little cove. And I'm still going to do that, but I'm nixing all of this because we're still going to block it off because she now wants it to be more or less like her Zen meditation area.
Nice.
So there'll be no desk. I'm thinking about the wall being brown. I'm thinking about doing a type of wallpaper or a contact type of paper that looks like wood.
Oh, nice.
To match her book, the built-in bookshelves that she has. So that's what I was working on, but I'm glad I stopped working on it since we changed up. That was going to be my little sketch since we changed up what we're using that area for now.
Right.
So I'm
Shout out to Daphne and everybody in Dallas. And I know there's been some ice issues. I don't think it's too crazy, but yeah, be careful down there.
I've been watching the news. Of course, I stay glued to it. Because I got to know what's going on, especially where I'm getting ready to fly out. So this is the original photo, and I'm still working on what I want. I'm taking in consideration that she has boys, they're teenagers, and I really want to paint the brick white, but then I'm like, oh, are the boys going to get it dirty? And then I know she likes to put things on there, but that's what I'm making her room for, to remove like some of the vases and the things that she has in front of the fireplace. I want it to be really clean and sleek. Yeah. So I'm going to mount different things. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to redo it in black and do the bookshelf part in white to match the rest of the walls, or leave the original wood and just do white in the back and really like spruce up the brown. So I'm not sure yet. I'm just still playing around with it. So, it's all basically depends on what Daphne likes. So that's why I like to show, 2 or 3 different ideas once we get going on the color scheme, which we know is like blue and gold.
Fab 540 likes the white brick. Sorry.
Thank you. After speaking with her, she has a tapestry. She's going to take a picture of it that she wants to hang. I don't know how big it is or how wide it is. I don't know any of the dimensions yet. If it's huge, we may put it on this wall. But my goal is to do this design on the wall. I want to paint it that blue, and I want to nail like long nails up there and all over the wall in different patterns, and then start stringing rope, thin rope all over, like a design on the wall. And I was actually going to have her kids do that. That would be like an art project for them, just to connect the rope through, with all of the different nails. And then I was going to do floating storage units, like wood boxes underneath that possibly. But now, after speaking with Daphne, she has a lot of books that she wants to display. Nice. I'm thinking about doing that design on the other wall and putting like the ladder stack bookshelves, the ones you just lean up against the wall, on those two walls. I mean, on that wall, and making it like an art wall, putting 2 bookshelves on that wall. So I'm going to draw that out and see how it looks for next week.
Beautiful. Second Ahead gets first dibs at B's 2023's NFTs. If you want to purchase the NFT, $B-Phlat on CashApp. Name your price.
You be killing me. You be killing me.
I'm trying.
So I can't even imagine selling them. I guess I'm not there yet. I can't even get my Instagram and Facebook down pat yet.
You do a great job, B.
So by the time I get to that, it'll be like 10 years from now once I got Instagram and Facebook down pat and be jamming on it. So
right.
That's where we are with Daphne's Flip. And so we'll be going over her inspirations. We'll be setting up a Zoom quickly and soon so that I'll have her measure everything. So that's why when I speak with her and find out, like, does she have a ladder tall enough to go from the ceiling to the floor? The same type of thing that I did in Taina's, where she had to measure everything, and I have to see that. So
look at you, a woman of the people. I love it.
So I know everybody's probably sick of me talking about my plastic containers and what I was going to do with them. And finally,
I disagree. I think people are excited about that kind of stuff.
I'm going to actually show what I've done with these bleach containers and these Simply Lemonade containers. So if Key wants to throw up my DIY photos, we'll do that really quick because we are moving right along, Chris. Right,
it's a tight show. It's a tight show.
Thank you. So initially, I just show these. Now these are actually already cut. So I want people to know that I use these for my to keep plastic bags in. They're stuck inside of the containers. I mean, inside of the cabinet doors.
Thank God for those labels.
I know. Because when you have people spend the night,
that's fair.
Thank you. So this is the one that gave me the inspiration, because I bought this years ago. That's inside the kitchen cabinet upstairs from IKEA, and they were like $2. You snap it together, and then it comes with like the little sticky tape on the back, and you just stick it in your. But the thing is, those only come in one side, so you always have to think about the dimension, the depth, and stuff like that in your cabinet. Like how much space will it take up when you close it? So I felt that I needed them around the house in different cabinet spaces. And I definitely have one in my bathroom down here because I like to keep the little bags in those for the trash can in there when people spend the night down here. So under this, in this cabinet, which is my sink cabinet in the bathroom, I have that little one. And I just stuck it to the inside and I keep bags in it. So when I need to change out the little trash can bag, in the bathroom. Because I don't like bags all over the place, Chris. That's one of my irks and works.
Exactly.
And this is
this is smart. Very smart.
Yeah. So I'm done showing those. I'm going to just show this really quick on my table. He wants to put me on the big screen. And let me just turn this around. And I'll just show people what I did and my idea for the leftover pieces. So this one is the one I'm going to put upstairs on my second floor kitchen. I haven't done that yet, so I'll show that when I mount it in the cabinets upstairs. And I'm keeping it simple. It was just this container. I actually took my utility knife and cut just a slit in it, and then I just stuck the scissors in it, regular old pair of scissors to cut off the top. And that's the same thing I did with the bleach container. But the bleach container, I put a bottom on it so it could be flat. I just wanted it to look nice. It looked kind of weird to me, so I just taped it off. It's all about the aesthetic. And then I just took my hole puncher and just punched holes around it and lined it with the leftover ribbon from the Barbados celebration. I have a whole reel of the little white ribbon. I was like, oh, I'm just going to line it with that. So these are my plastic bag containers. And all I did, like I said, was put some sticky tape on the back, double-sided Gorilla Tape, stuck it right to the cabinet doors. I'm reusing these. I refurbish everything. So these are the tops that were cut off. This I'm using to scoop. I'm always digging in my bags of potting soil and repotting things. I have big bags of potting soil everywhere. So I find that this makes it easier to just kind of dig out keep the lid on dirt. And these make really cute, and I'll show it, floating candle holders. And they're it's waterproof because nothing seeps out the bottom of this. So I'll show a decorated one I have with the water in it and a cute floating candle.
You don't worry about them melting?
No, because the floating candle eventually just burns out, and the water it's gonna burn out in the water.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, I'll show it next week. But anyway, that's what we're doing, or I've done. And if you're working on them and you've made them, please take pictures and show them to me. I'd love to see them.
Well, you've already got
our group projects.
You've already got Kiana, and it looks like Bam Bam and Beck 79 all interested in doing it. Oh, HR as well. So maybe you'll have some photos from these.
Yeah, and remember, you can use the big bleach containers. Like I said, depending on, like if you have a large family and you have a whole bunch of bags, just keep in mind when you close the door how much space that container will take up in the cabinet. So those are just things to think about. So that's why I kept mine small, because I'm working with smaller depth within my cabinets. So
makes sense.
Yeah, that little bathroom cabinet is only like 8 inches deep. That's like this deep. So I don't have a lot of space between the wall and the cabinet door. So when it closes, that thing probably almost touches the wall. So I had to make sure it was clear of the pipes that are underneath the sink. So those are things you have to take into consideration when you're mounting stuff.
Look at you. There it is. That's all the info you need, people.
And I love that I inspire people to do stuff. So that's why I'm going to show, this is more or less like a DIY feature. Yeah. Because shout out to Devin. And I've also decided that whenever I do show people's DIY stuff, I'm going to show their photos so people can see and, put the face to what the people are doing.
I love the picture, Devin.
Yes. In Chicago, shout out Home Slice in Chicago, who came, he was in New York visiting, and I always talk to him on the FaceTime. On the IG chat.
Hey, but before we get moving past it, you can just leave it here on the screen. Kiana has a good question. What did you use to attach it to the cabinet?
I used Gorilla double-sided clear sticky tape.
There it is.
And it's like $4 a roll. You can get it on Amazon or Home Depot. Or any kind of double-sided, the thick sticky tape. And those are so light. So you could use anywhere between the 10 to 20 pound double-sided sticky tape. Because bags aren't really heavy. But not that flat double-sided sticky tape that you would use if you're mounting photographs inside of a scrapbook. Because it's not thick enough. So the double-sided mounting tape, it's really like a 1/16 of an inch thick, and it'll give you, it's for mounting things on the wall. So it'll definitely be supportive. And who knows what else you may want to put. You may not necessarily use them for bags. You might drop a hairdryer in one inside of the cabinet, or some curling irons or something like that. If that's the case, you're going to have to use the double-sided sticky tape that holds things up to like 50 pounds.
Right.
And it says that right on the pack. When you go into that little tape section, you'll see the different types of double-sided mounting tape. So depending on what you're using it for. Like I said, I just use mine for bags, but depending on the depth and all that other stuff, like I said, you might want to put barrettes in there, combs, brushes, or whatever you need space for in a bathroom or in a cabinet.
Weed?
So I don't need that. I got to do it. I got my I got my backup stuff in the scrapbook if I ever need to break the glass.
Key woke up for that one. Oh, that's great.
So let me show some of Devin's things that he's been doing, because he took the idea of cutting up a comforter. Now, he actually opened up the comforter and took the batting, the stuffing type stuff out. We didn't do that. We just cut the comforter up, rolled it, and duct taped it. But he actually took that stuff out of a comforter and stuffed like a pillowcase that he had to put on his chair. So I love that people are utilizing the ideas that we come up with in the flips, because all this stuff we just make up. And as long as it looks nice, I love it. He said he went into a store and saw a vase that was like $40, and he's like, "Oh no, I can make that." So I love that.
That's
just
good.
like me. Yeah. So he said he went to the dollar store, bought these little glass.
Yeah.
The marble things.
What do you call those?
I don't know what you call them. Somebody might know in the chat. But he said he got his glue gun out and he made his own.
Key had the answer. What was it? What are they?
I call them bathroom marbles.
Okay, there you go, man.
You don't see them anywhere else but the bathroom.
I'm not arguing with that. That's good.
Now you see him on his vase. Shit. And as you can see, he has like the little, like when you start working with a glue gun, you see all the little glue, it looks like little spider webs. That's where you just take like a brush, a paintbrush or anything, and just start wiping them away, and they'll just all wrap up and come off, and it will look very polished.
Dr. Kim says glass rocks is what you call them.
Yeah, there you go. Glass rocks, glass decorating rocks. So he said he did his own thing. He wasn't paying $40 for that when he could spend $2, maybe $3, and he had a vase at home and he just hooked it up.
Smart.
So I thought that was very interesting, because I have some of those in rock stones that I think would be cute on like a can or a vase or something like that for outdoors. I didn't even think about gluing them on something. So thank you, Devin Henderson, for that idea. That might be a project for us.
Great idea. Yeah. Shout out to Devin.
So I need to take a sip of water right quick.
Joy and Heaven Sent are in the chat. They said they're late. They got mixed up with the time, but thank you for tuning in still. Says Decorative Glass Rocks. Pink Diva's in the house. All kinds of people saying hello. So thank you. On a Wednesday. Tighten Up Wednesday, everybody.
On a Tighten Up Wednesday. Normally people would know they wouldn't see me on the Wednesday because it's Wiggle in the Middle Wednesday and I'm not available. People know about Fish Nasty Friday, Taco Ball Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, they have names. We just, we try to relax on Sunday. As you should. The Lord say, rest on this day.
I'm here to answer people's questions in the live chat, so that's what I shall do.
Well, you do that.
Joy has been a loyal listener, and Picasso. Joy asks, ask B if she got my email.
I did get Joy's email, and I'm going to reply. I read it today, actually.
Joy B got your email, and she read it today.
Yeah, she sent me an email and pictures of things that she made for Daphne's Flip.
That's nice. Some
tumblers and just like all the stuff that they're working on, and this dope weed tray and a grinder. I was like, oh yeah, I like a grinder. Like they made it out of resin. So yes, I will be replying to you. I read a lot of emails today, but today, because like yesterday, I was trying to really pull from the things that I needed for Tighten Up Tuesday. So I like star certain things and I'll go back and then reply. Because most of my stuff is long, Chris. All my emails be like this. This is an email. You see, I'm just saying.
If I see emails in the Two Funny Mamas or mine that is that long that I don't know exactly what they're about, I take a deep breath for sure.
But I know what they're about. But it's a matter of me sitting down because I'm always telling people
you gotta focus. And I get it.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, that's some long shit right there. I gotta get back to that and keep it pushing. So I have to prioritize things. So yes, Joy, Angel, I will be hollering at y'all soon. Along with Kiki and Vi and Quincy. We have a lot of projects that we're trying to pull together. My website, the shirt line, it's a lot of things that still need to push forward aside from working on the committee.
You know what? Shout out to you for all these people that show you all this love and everything. You show it right back. You talk about the Picassos like they're family. You know why? Because they are.
They are fam. That's right. PHAM, fam.
That's right. Because you're very clever with your PH.
Well, Chris, you know what? We are doing great. You know why? Because we're about to do the Ask Chris Deasy.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And we got to Holly hold him down.
Well, before you do that, answer this. Pack 93 has a question, and maybe other people want to know too. What happened yesterday about B-Phlat and the ice weather power outage situation? Pack 93, we discussed it earlier. B decided to pay for the podcast to Midcoast Media and let her power get shut off.
And then I paid it all today to get it put back on.
I don't know.
You know black people know that. Black people be like, he lying. If you show shit get off, then they be charging you they charge like $300-$400 for a restoration fee on top of it. People don't get down to that. They don't get down to that. Like, let me make a payment arrangement.
Sorry, B. What was the issue yesterday? Why is it Tighten Up Wednesday today?
Because you didn't want to lose no money this week, so you was like, let's do it on Wednesday.
Okay, it's funny if I throw myself under the bus. That's for Bob. Hang on, wait. There's a
Chris, we just got this message.
Is
this? We just got this message from Comcast.
Hang on.
Outage. I was like, oh, and it's gonna be out for like 2-3 hours. I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be back.
This knife. Is it yours?
Tomorrow.
Here's what happened. B's dial-up went out. Dennis had to make a long-distance phone call, and he wouldn't get off the phone.
No. You know, our internet, well, not just ours, everybody's, it was fucking up because it was this, I don't know if it had to do with the ground being frozen.
Let's break that down. Tell us why. Tell us the scientific reason why.
We always get these texts from Comcast about when it's an outage or what's going on. And they don't send it to me. They send it to Dennis. So I just copy it and send it to you or whatever and be like, Chris, this is going on and this is when. So Chris didn't say, let's wait. It wasn't back up. I think it might have came back around
it would have been. So here's what we did. So B hits me up. She's like a little bit stressed out, and I know she hadn't had her nap yet. And
you know, I was stressed out.
I know she was stressed
out.
out.
Middle of working with stuff. And
I know you work so hard, and you do. So B calls me and she's like, "Here's the message I just got." Blah blah blah. And she was a little bit distressed. And the message that they gave, and I have zero faith in utility companies or anything. And to be fair, it was terrible weather, all that stuff. So I told B, I was like, B, let's just do it tomorrow. Let's just push it tomorrow. So it worked out. But here's how Two Funny Mamas works. So this is why.
Was that, Chris? You said, "Oh, let's just do it tomorrow."
I said, I was like, what did I say?
You was like, "Oh, B, you know, I'm trying to stay consistent with your bill and with what you're doing." And I'm just playing. You know, I'm just giving you shit, Chris, because everybody's trying to give you shit about.
No. I love it. So
it was great that we were able to do it today.
Yeah, shout out to Key for coming in. She was supposed to hang out with her grandma, and she canceled that for you.
And then I asked you, I was like, "Are you taping Two Funny Mamas?" I was like, "Are you doing any other podcasts?" I was like, "I don't know what you're doing on the way."
Here's what.
I was very considerate.
You are, and that's why we like working together. But this is what's up with Two Funny Mamas. When you decided to push, I got a message from Kim. Kim's like, "I'm gonna be home. I'm off set. If we're not doing it, I'm going to this basketball game. I got a comedy show tonight. Andre's making me come to this Andre thing. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Are we doing this?" And I was like, "Well, okay, let's see." We got an engineer that was coming in anyway for B-Phlat. Talked to Sherri, and I'm telling you, 20 minutes before we went live, they decided they were doing the show. And when you have the opportunity, it's their show. You want them both on it, right? Like that's what you so that's how that's some behind the scenes. So that worked. So it probably was. It seemed weird that we did Two Funny Mamas last night when it's usually Tighten Up Tuesday. But now, now you know why.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy how stuff works out.
yeah.
So before I do the Ask Christie's and the Irks and Works, I gotta get up and do a Cash App dance for Monisha and Irina. Oh, I'm feeling it in my bones.
That's when you know that's a cue, isn't it, Key? When she goes, ow! Turn the music up. Her knees are greased. Her hips are out on leash. It's coming down, people. It's time to dance with B-Phlat on Tighten Up Wednesday. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love Check It Up.
Look at her smooth, man. Look at B go. Showing off the fresh cut. Maybe she's going to invent a new dance tonight.
Oh, yeah, I had to do the cut. Because I ain't feel like slapping no perm on it. It was nappy. It's looking
Not
crazy over
nappy.
here. I was like, let me just go and cut it down. Because my hair's growing out a lot if you see it, Chris. You see all that darkness?
It looks
It's
good.
really long. But I'm letting it grow long. I'm not cutting my hair until you cut your hair. I'm just gonna let all this stick straight up. Look at all this in the back, Chris. See how long it's getting? Yeah, I'm not cutting my hair in the top, none of this until you cut your hair. So I'm just gonna keep this bald, and I don't know what this is gonna be doing.
Could I
And
match
everybody-
you? What if I do a mohawk?
No. That's not gonna work on me, Chris.
He says, please don't. Please don't.
Thank you. Me and Key agree on that. That's why I was like, no, Chris, that's not gonna work. All right, are you ready for your Ask Chris? Let me see. Let me do the Irks and Works first. This Irks and Works comes in from Fab 540.
Hey now.
Shout out to Nikita. She says, she is Nikki Burns. She is irked by people who are in the self-checkout line who do not know how to scan, enter produce codes, etc. Just go to the professionals. That's the works. I agree.
That's
They
good.
are wasting time in the checkout. Also, I'm irked when I'm in the grocery line on a mission and someone is in there just milling around. And then when they see you pick up something, they suddenly want it. Oh, P.S. Did you get my Maryland shot glass yet? Oh, I got to check. I just read that part. I got to check, fam. I got to check.
I love it.
Oh, I'm with her. With the, when you're in the line and then like people, a lot of older people do that. Like you could be reading a magazine and they wasn't thinking about getting nothing else. And then they see you pick it up and then they be like, oh, let me get one. You be like, if your ass don't hurry up while she bringing up your shit, now you want to get some more shit.
I love it.
And it's when you only have like 2 or 3 things that you're trying to get. It's somebody in front of you with like 6 things and now they got 10. Just from standing there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how America's set up. All the junk shit up front. So that was cute. I like that Irks and Works.
It's great.
That was funny. I like the Irks. She said, leave it to the professional. Yes, go down there and let them ring your shit up. You don't know what you're doing. And the screen be big, Chris. I don't even need my reading glasses on with them big ass screens.
And the attendants.
Walmart.
The attendants when they're helping you too, like they're just so defeated. Like the back button, ma'am,
Chris,
the back button, the back button.
They be sitting at they think they be like this.
Yes, they do. No.
They be like, hold on, here I come. Then they get the little shit off their neck and come to the.
Be right with you. Yeah.
They'd be like, can you show me why this? They'd be like, ma'am, just scan it. You don't have to punch the numbers in. Oh, it'll be a mess.
I like that. M. Samuel says we should get a discount when we self-check because we're working when we do that. That's
yes, good. I agree. Girls, you should get a 10% or at least 5% off if you ring your own shit up. I agree.
Oh my gosh, Quincy's in the house. Yeah.
All right, you ready for your
Jackie agrees with the self checkout situation. Yes, let's ask Christiezy. If you got any questions in the comment, Launer has proposed. Launer's checking in to see how I feel about her proposal. How do you think about that, B?
What proposal?
Launer has put a proposal out to me and wants me to mull it over. So I guess that's technically an Ask Christiezy.
Oh, Is that Ask Chris Deasy to marry?
I think so.
Married?
I think so.
You better take that over to Two Funny Mamas. Ah.
Louder's been drinking. Ask Chris Deasy. Get your questions in. It's a really important segment. Oh, hello.
Maida
Ask Chris
loves
Deasy.
the music. That's what I forgot to read.
Who?
She's like,
Oh, from earlier.
yes, she said she loves the music. She shouted out Daphne, writing and all that, and definitely Lauren. She's like, the music is a hit on the show. It makes the show. Beats are tight.
That's right.
Okay, you ready for your Ask Chris Deasy? Now, one of these, I don't even know what it is, Chris. This came in from Felicia Welch. Shout out to Arkansas in the house. And she asked, does Chris know what 10 toes down means?
Yeah.
I don't even know that. You ever heard of that 10 toes down?
Yeah.
I don't know. So I was like, I don't know.
It's like you're fully behind someone. It's like you're really backing them up. What? No, yeah.
Oh,
if I'm 10 toes down for Key, I'm standing behind her. I'm with her. Like I'm trustworthy, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that, Key? Are you disagreeing?
Is Key heard that before?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, she agrees.
I'm not very hip on the slang, but that one I do know.
Okay, I never heard that one. But I like
Larry Green outside the studio agrees.
I'm gonna ask. Larry said he agrees.
Yep, Larry agrees.
Okay, well then that's what it means. Shit. If Felicia say something different,
Oh my
I
gosh.
can't argue with him because
Yeah, ride or die. Kiana's got it. Yeah,
Like,
we're
ride or
all in.
die.
Louder. Yeah, I knew that. There was actually, I knew it before this, but there was a hilarious clip I saw. Did you see Shannon Sharp and I think it was Shannon Sharp and Deion Sanders talking? Like it was for a podcast or something, and he took his socks off, and he showed that he had to have some toes removed because of an injury from football.
Mhm.
And Shannon was kind of roasting him because they're old friends, right? And he was like, I want to say he said, he was like, I know, you're 8 toes down for me anytime I need.
It's funny. Dennis was just talking about that.
It was so funny. You could tell they were good. Yeah, because he's missing half his foot.
Yeah, we was just talking about that a couple days ago. That's funny you brought that up. Well,
Quincy's got one.
Oh,
What?
he does. Quincy's got to ask you a question.
Quincy, Chris, did you that? Here's what I'm going to read what he said. Chris, did you that fat meat was greasy? Did you think fat meat was greasy?
Do you know what that means when people say that? Oh, that's old school. When people say, "Don't think fat meat ain't greasy."
Oh no, I don't know that at all. That's a
That
swing
means
and a
like
miss.
it's more or less like if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it, or don't doubt me on it. More like
Got it.
if you say, if your mother says, "Get out that tree," and you be like, "I'm not gonna fall," and then she say, "Don't think fat meat ain't greasy." That means if your ass fall out that tree, you getting a whooping because I told you. You see what I'm saying?
That's
So
really
it's
funny.
That means it's more or less like a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's
I
funny.
will pounce on your ass. They gonna
I
let
have-
you know that fat meat is greasy.
That's so funny. I have a two things.
Okay.
NAACP Image Awards, if you would vote for Two Funny Mamas, and that's Outstanding Arts and Entertainment Podcast. And then Sherri is also a contestant in the the Sherri Show, or she's best talk show, I think. And so you go vote for Sherri, vote for Two Funny Mamas. And then there's one more, Ask Chris Deasy. We got to get to it because it's actually, I think this is a good one in the spirit of it. Why do white people, Sharnice, but why do WP, I'm guessing that's white people.
White people.
Right. Instead of just YT, like on Twitter. Why do the whites do this? Why do white people not like to eat when they're drinking? Serious question. I don't understand that. Like booze?
You know what it is? I think
you pair pizza with wine. You pair pasta with wine. You pair a burger with beer. Maybe I'm just a fatty, but I don't know that one.
I guess because we observe that when we go out to bars, like say you're at a sports bar or pub or something, white people tend to drink more because they're like they're there to drink really, but not necessarily
I'm there to
eat. So they'll get they'll do the peanut chips, that kind of stuff at the bar, maybe or something light.
So
when we go, it's like we going to eat,
and you'll have some drinks and say no. If I'm gonna a whole bunch of stuff,
to soak up the liquor.
Eventually, I'll order. Like, say I was gonna go, like before the Rams moved, when I cared way more about football, right? And I was like, "Oh, Rams play at 12. I'm gonna go settle in." Yeah, I'm going 4. I'm 4 Bloody Marys and a couple beers deep before I even think about the wings I'm gonna order, because I'm trying to get messed up.
Exactly, and that's our perspective, because we see that like we go into like TGI Fridays, they're like, oh, around beers, everybody beers and beers and beers.
TGI Fridays.
I'm just saying,
and
then it's like we need to see they be like, can we take your drink order? It don't be no like, oh, we all came here, get me a round of beers, bring us a picture. No, it'd be like, bring us the drink menu. Let us look at it.
Yeah, no.
It's right behind that. You better bring the hors d'oeuvre so we can order food. Yeah. We're more like, let us order something to eat first, then we start drinking.
I mean, you'd have to go deep, like, because, I mean, you're probably looking at, 1,000 years of European drinking, right?
Yeah,
like, if most of us are from that
thing.
part. Yeah. I would say that's definitely it. Because if I'm going... Like that maybe they'll have some food, but it's more casual to go have some drinks, and then the food's an afterthought. Like, oh, hey, we're here, let's grab something.
But Chris, black people don't look at it like that. Food is our first thought, because it's like, oh, when we leave here, we might get pulled over, so we better be like, oh, have some food on our stomach in case we look drunk, or they be like, how many beers you had? It's just always. I'm serious.
Sharnice said shots. All right, sorry. All right, okay, tight show. Let's get to it.
Let me read this, and then we'll show the flyers. I got to read this. Now, this I pulled from the St. Louis American, and this is how neighbors hold neighbors down. I just thought this was funny.
You pulled this from St. Louis, the newspaper?
Yes, I cut it out. You know how old school, Chris. I'll be reading newspapers. Yes, I was like, oh, I got to read this on my show. And this is called Neighborhood Watch. So I'm going to try. It might take me a minute to read it, but it's funny. But I just want you to hear this. Okay, it's called Neighborhood Watch, and it's anonymous. When you live in the city of St. Louis, one tends to find common ground with neighbors you might not much have anything else in common with, because you have shared concerns around security. In my case, the neighbor behind me is really intense and may run out with a bat or a gun if he sees trouble. We didn't get off to a good start when I moved in, and we've had a few issues since, but we've settled it into a dynamic and mutual respect and cooperation. Since my driveway is next to his house, he took it as a personal affront that someone stole my car. I know he's going to be extra vigilant, so when I agreed to let my friend drive my car to work on a graveyard shift, I was sure to send a photo of my friend to my neighbor. He called and said, "Thank you for sending me that, brother. I don't want to have to shoot anyone that don't need to get shot." I thought that was funny. I said, he is like me. Not that I'm going, but I'm watching out, because Dennis and I just noticed our neighbors' packages have been on the porch for 3 days. So I text, and I was like, y'all must be out of town and didn't tell us. So I'm bringing your packages in, because if they sit there any longer, somebody gonna steal them.
I can't believe they made it that long.
Exactly.
I don't even like, that's not even a slight on your neighborhood in St. Louis. It doesn't matter the neighborhood. Like, if they're there for 6 hours, it's over.
Let me go and get these packages off the porch. So I brought them in. Yep, put them on the second floor. Sure did. So I just had to read that. I thought that was funny. And I do have another How They Hold Them Down story, but I'm reading it next week. It came in from Felicia. Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it.
So I'm going to show my 2 flyers, even though it's going to be 3, but it's actually the same. 2 of them are the same show. This one is coming up February 17th at the Louisiana Downs Casino in the Red River Room. It's a black tie affair. I have to let people know that. And it's a dinner included, jazz, some singers, myself. I think it's $150 a person. It starts at 5:30. It ends at like 11:30. They have a lot going on that day.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's a lot.
Now, let's in the comments. Somebody said something about this earlier. How would you pronounce that, B?
How would I pronounce what?
Bustier.
Bustier. Is that how? That's probably how you say it. I'm sure that's probably
cool.
right.
Here,
Bustier City, Louisiana, right outside.
Do this. Let's look around it.
Oh, we lean back.
Bustier.
Lean right. Yeah, Bustier City, Louisiana. So that's on February 17th. And I invited Mr. Frank Kelly.
Oh, get out of town. Your guest for a couple weeks ago.
Else. I think Brenda lives in Monroe.
I can't keep up with all your listeners like you do.
I know.
I don't know their social security numbers, their second cousin's godchild's middle name, or any of their grandmother's names, but I applaud you.
If they ever need information, they know they can ask me.
Well, here, how about this?
Forward to this next week.
Now, where is this? This is for the Afro Channel. It's a live taping in Orlando, home of Taina. I know that.
On the Afro TV channel. I think I'm actually going to post that definitely tomorrow and keep posting because it's on Comcast channel like 1623 or something like that.
Now, before the show, you were saying this is at Afrotainers Theater and it starts February. Every Wednesday is a free show. But you were saying how much funnier you were than James Yan and Mike Randolph. Is that true?
Possibly. I might have said that. Why are you trying to buzz me out? Because you know I ain't said no shit like that. They are hilarious.
I don't know. I just was messing with you.
Super funny. He's super funny. So this is going to be great for me because it's totally clean show. I love doing this kind of show. You can't do no kind of sexual show, like innuendos, gyrations.
Can't be talking about the guy that gave you that one thing.
Can't be talking about what?
The guy that gave you that one thing.
Oh yeah, that I said at the show. Chris, we like to put that on the clip so it can go viral. Remember, I was like, "There's a lot of love here."
You almost went viral.
I told you somebody walked up to me. Is this somebody in here really that gave you crabs? I was like, "Hell no!" It was a part of the show. It was a joke. I wrote that down for my intro. They wanted me to point him out in case he tried to talk to them. I was like, "No."
You still got him? How old are those crabs?
Oh, that was so funny.
Here we go.
That's an old school thing to get back in the day. They were like, "Girl, I got the crabs. I think I got the crabs." That's all you had to worry about back in the day.
Key seems interested in speaking about crabs.
I don't even know that's still out there.
Talk about what? Tell you what, Afrotainment presents B-Phlat. You know what? Yes. Live taping, Funny Not Famous. It's the 8th of February. Oh, another show in Orlando.
It's the same show. They gave me 2 flyers because they were like, "Oh, we really wanted you to promote it." And the audience is free. I'm going to post that. You just go to the link. Yeah, and just sign up. Because, like TV stations, they always fill up and they move people around according to how you look.
You're
want to be seen up
I've
front.
Seen that happen.
Wear a cute top. If you come there with looking like me and Chris right now, you might be in the back.
That's the first rule of roadside beat sales. You put your winners up front.
If you have vibrant colors, no stripes, if you have like a nice pop of color, they'll have you in the front. They'd be like, "Oh, move her up here." They'd be like, "Oh, put it in the back." Yes.
I watched a couple get separated at a Comedy Central taping in LA.
So I'm going to be letting people know that if you want to be seen and be in the audience and it's going to be a nice tight audience, definitely wear a nice pop of color, no stripes, don't wear white. You know what I'm saying?
We've got We've got clarity from the audience. Angel, Quincy, Joy, F. Smith Welch, sick in the head, says it's pronounced Beausure.
Oh, Beausure.
Or Beausure.
But what?
Well, it says it's Beausure.
Beausure.
But then there's Beausure.
Beausure.
So I think you'd get away if you said, is
this
Beausure City?
When I come back, then I know. And I'll say it on the show. Because I'm sure everybody's going to correct me in Louisiana.
That's true.
Yes.
We have one more flyer. What do we have? Oh, how'd that get there? Weird.
Okay, I see Larry.
That's right. Larry was on the show with B-Phlat.
Larry is super funny.
This is a really sorry, what'd you say, B?
He's super funny.
He is. Like he tore it up. He's a hard worker, and he's won Best in St. Louis a few times. We work with him all the time. He's a great dude. But this is a great lineup, and it's basically, I think we're 15 or so away from a sellout. So it'll be a full room. Shout out to Yelp. They're bringing a bunch of people out. But Matt Wayman's really funny. Larry's obviously very funny. Max is very funny. Michael Anthony, also very funny. Michael was in L.A. for like 10 years, worked at the Improv all the time, and I think he used to be a correspondent on TMZ. He's very funny, though. So if you're in St. Louis, swing by Central Stage. Shout out to Heil. Shout out to Botanist and by Jack. Doors at 7, show at 8. And Raising Cane's hooking up some Yelpers with some free food. So that's nice.
What's up?
We got a big night ahead.
This was actually a great Wednesday. I enjoyed myself on this Wednesday.
I sure did. Tighten up Wednesdays, everybody. Be sure to go see B at all these shows. Tell a friend about this show. Oh my gosh, go vote for the NAACP Image Awards. And if you haven't yet, go be one of the other 1 million people on Facebook that watched B's clip about the ATM in her house. Anything else?
I can't wait to do that joke because I've added to it. Super funny.
You're just really funny. Our friend Jovan Bibbs made a list of the best comedians from St. Louis ever, in his opinion, today. He had you at number 10.
Oh, I appreciate that. Tell Jovan I appreciate that. I'm sure he had himself at number 1.
Oh, he said no order after 3. Okay, so he thinks you're in the top 20. So maybe you're like 19.
Whatever, Chris.
You could have been number 5 behind Dick Gregory.
I should have been number 5 since that is my number. So tell him to put me in 5 just to hold my spot.
I could make an argument with you're funnier than at least one of the people in the top 3.
Oh, thank you.
You're
you
welcome.
had your name on the list. You was number
Me?
2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris.
He doesn't do stand-up, but damn, he's got some singers on those podcasts.
I'm going out for Ruth and Kathy.
Dance away. Thank you, Picassos. You're the best.
Thank you,
We're back on Tuesday next week.
Tuesday.
Bye, everybody. Shout out to Key.
Go, Ruth. Oh.